Hi! Many years ago, I went from having a colourful yet somewhat chaotic wardrobe to a wardrobe with a limited colour palette. And let's be real, since then it's mostly been composed of neutrals. And while it's hard to capture the whole story of how it changed my life in one short video, I will say that it instantly made getting dressed a lot easier. The first time I really experienced having a limited colour range in my wardrobe was when I travelled. I would put together a little capsule made up of, 10 pieces, and most of them would be black and white. It's there that I learnt how much easier it was to get dressed when there was a narrow number of colours to choose from. I pack my 10 black and white pieces and it would instantly be so freeing to have a narrow selection. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but having less colours in your wardrobe can actually give you more options. And the reason for that is it's very simple, is because the more neutral your wardrobe is, the more pieces within your wardrobe work well together. Again, it may seem counterintuitive, but having less colors actually makes more variables. Every item matches every other item, or most items match each other. And now it's time for the disclaimers. When I say neutrals, it can mean the tonal scale, white, grey, black, but I'm also referring to potentially more earthy neutrals, creams, beiges, taupes, etc. You pick one. I'm not saying you should have all these shades and tones. Probably makes sense to choose one or the other as sort of the base color in your wardrobe. And when I say I have a neutral wardrobe, I mean I mostly have a neutral wardrobe. If you watch my other channel, you know that I have some pops of color. It's not all cream, taupe and white. I think it'd be a little too boring for me, anyone else potentially, to just have the neutrals, nothing else. And I do think it takes a certain disposition to want to embrace a simpler wardrobe. It's definitely not for everyone. As with everything in life, it all comes down to values. I got calmer when I reduced the number of colors in my wardrobe, when I embraced a neutral wardrobe. Let's look for a moment at the science of less is more. We live in a chaotic, busy world, lots of distractions, lots of choices. I think a neutral wardrobe can be more calming to the mind, but aside from that, colours such as bone, sand, taupe are reminiscent of colours in nature, and they can trigger the parasympathetic nervous system because of that. I saved time and energy. In terms of outfit design, monochrome palettes really reduce the decision-making fatigue involved in the everyday, and they can help streamline cognitive processing. What I'm saying is less decisions need to be made to wear a more neutral outfit. And look, I'm definitely not one of those productivity bros, nor do I think you should be. And actually, I think part of the job of our wardrobe is to spark joy and give us a sense of beauty, potentially even romanticize the day. But if you are in a space where you have a lot going on, having a simpler wardrobe of pieces that work well together definitely reduces the stress of getting dressed, because it does reduce the number of decisions you have to make. When I first started decluttering my wardrobe and switching to a more neutral style, I was definitely at a really busy time in my life. I mean, I had no life outside of work, so it was perfect for that time in my life. However, it's years later and I live a completely different life now, and I still love the effects that that simplification brings, even now when I don't need it as much. Switching to neutrals meant that I could get lazy with my style. I am ultimately a lazy dresser, in the sense that I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm going to wear. I want to be comfortable, so it's a very logical shortcut to getting the more dressed up feeling while ultimately you're being lazy. I mean, it's basically easier to look good while putting less effort in. In terms of energy expenditure, when I had a large wardrobe made up of a variety of styles and colors, I was putting a lot of daily energy into figuring out what I would wear. And I mean, I would say as far as sucking away time, just standing there trying things on, not really being satisfied with the outfits I was coming up with. To an extent, I guess it was causing anxiety. And of course, when I went through the process of decluttering my wardrobe and making a plan for what I would add to my wardrobe in the future, sticking to a shopping plan, all of that stuff took time and energy as well. But over time, after having put that initial effort in, the daily logistics of getting dressed are effortless. I don't really think about what I'm going to put on now, because most of my wardrobe is what it is. There are a few options and everything works together. Now it takes almost no energy to get dressed. Finally, I found joy in simplicity. It's hard to explain exactly how or why. I mean, I guess in a way it's a collection of all the points I've already made in this video. But I would say that overall, in recent years, even when my wardrobe is a bit of a work in progress, I am most of the time mostly satisfied with it. Most of the time, I have many options in there that I really love, that I'm easily drawn to, and that I feel satisfied when I wear. Most of the time, I have found it easy to find appropriate outfits for the occasion, and most of the time, I feel confident in what I'm wearing. Overall, I feel well dressed. I do think that all comes down to the amount of neutrals in my wardrobe. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please, I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. My other channel has been linked in the description box, and here it is one more time. You can go over there for longer, extended, more meditative, more personal videos. Thank you for subscribing. I'm really appreciative of those of you who can commit. I'll see you soon. Bye.